Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have my latest video here. A lot of information I want to get out to you. This video has taken weeks to put together. When I first noticed this a few days after it happened, I went back and looked at some details on the numbers, and I could not believe it. And then just recently, about a week ago, I saw stuff about the Pope, and then put those things together. The Lord led me to this process. So I'm going to lay out for you a lot of information here. This is going to be a big video for me. First, I want to show you something here before I get into this. Okay, I want to give people an insight as far as what I deal with on my channel at times and where they remove videos sometimes for no reason. Basically, they've said about these two right here that they removed them because they didn't meet the guidelines, and they didn't even say why. They didn't say. It was just a general statement. It was inappropriate. Now look at this right here. So you see here, video removed, inappropriate content on both of these. And that top heading here, this is when I go to my page for my, to edit things and all that stuff. Due to COVID-19, we conduct fewer human reviews to protect the health of our extended workforce. Fortunately, as a result, we may remove content that does not violate our community guidelines. I mean, I don't know if you guys know about this, but the ones who aren't creators may not know about this, but this has been posted on my site for about a few weeks. It's been crazy. And then they're removing these. This first one, I had 60,000 views, so I'm thankful that it got to 60,000 people before they removed it. But that was huge. And I just mirrored another channel, okay, and that was huge because the evidence there and the continued evidence that's happening showing that they're actually installing 5G in schools without parents knowing. And this is all part of this whole process. They have several agendas going on here with this, with the CV and everything. It's phenomenal. I've talked about some of this. And then, of course, CV, why are these hospitals empty? Now, this was my part one still up, and that's got 13,000 views. This was going there, getting to that, and then they removed this. The reason why this one was removed, of course, they said inappropriate content, just because it actually showed the lies on TV and on the news, and then it showed the actual truth. For example, there's a lady that on TV said that there was all these people that showed up for these tests and everything, and a guy actually confronts her and has her on video and says that no one's here, no one's showing up since you said that. You're lying, basically. And she's like, she wanted him to get out of there, and she was going to call the police on him. I mean, it's just crazy. So this stuff is absolute evidence. These videos are proving it, and then, of course, they're being removed. So there's evidence that they're removing these things for what's going on. So you know that the hospitals are empty for a reason, because this is all staged. And I even have information on the CDC website, which I didn't put on this video, about how they're even including, it's on their website. I should have put it in this, but maybe I'll do another one. I don't know. On their website, it even says that they're counting presumed cases. They're counting presumed cases. It's really bad. So that's on their website, and ones that are tested. So the presumed cases, I mean, someone just presumes it and that's it. So anyway, this is proving it. Now, what I think is going on here, I'm not saying I know. My best estimate right now is that in China, when this all happened, people got vaccinated. I have evidence showing that they all got vaccinated. They were forced to get vaccinated by, I think it was the beginning of December 2019. And then once they all had that, then they started turning on 5G in Wuhan. Was one of the first areas, and then all through these areas of China. And then that basically killed off a lot of people. And then because they can't do it here yet, they're causing a scare, and then people will get a vaccine, a forced vaccine, and then they'll have the 5G installed eventually for control, and then we'll have a lot more mass killings and things. So anyway, so I see the contrast. It's very bizarre between China, and I saw so many deaths and things, and it's possible that was all staged. I don't think so. I mean, I saw hundreds of videos, and it was just almost impossible with all these people falling down and just everything. And it made China look bad. The government looked very bad. In fact, a lot of them, they pulled the videos down after a short time once they realized they were up and different things. So the evidence shows is that 5G killed off all these people because they were forced to get the vaccines. And then we're about to be forced to get vaccines here, and then 5G is being installed right after that, or right on the heels of that, or even right now. So that's happening. So anyway, I wanted to show that first. Okay, so I want to just let people know they could go to gematrinator.com if you want to do some of this. Basically, like I've said before, Ephesians 5:11 says that I'm to expose the evil, not to be a part of it, but to expose it. And so I'm exposing, all my videos expose it. If you don't know that, you don't get that, man, wow. Okay, think I'm dabbling in it or whatever. I mean, you check yourself. So it's just revealing. I care about all of you, and I want you to be warned about what's coming. And they show all their secret messages and stuff in Gematria. And even the Bible says it about, knowing, having wisdom and knowing the beast number is 666 and all that stuff. And I'm going to show you why that is, and why I believe Stinky BO is 666 and many other things. So, but you can go there. Another thing I want to mention, typically in the top right of most screens on YouTube is the three dots for settings. And if you want to, you can slow this video down if you think I'm talking too fast, or you can speed it up like I do. I do things at like 1.5 times speed so I can watch more things, get more information. Or two, my brother Jeff does 2 times speed. And that sounds like, it really sounds like a chipmunk. Especially sometimes, it depends on if I drank some coffee, or I haven't been up too long, or I've been up late. Depending on that, it's how fast I speak. So, and again, this is everything I'm saying right now. Most of the time I don't edit things. I try to do it off the cuff. I put my slides together and just speak inspired, because I want to be inspired by the Lord. He's inspired me to find all this information and to go down these rabbit trails of research and different things. And he's inspired me with understanding and knowledge of different things. So that's my goal, just to be inspired in the moment. And so I make mistakes a lot of times when I'm talking to you, or speak incorrectly. So keep that in mind. Okay, so check that out. And if you want to, basically you just go to, these are the 4 base ciphers. You can type in anything right here. For example, I put Trump, and it's crazy how what these numbers are right here for just Trump. I just showed this example. You go into ciphers, you can click on some different ciphers, check some stuff out, and type some things in and see what they actually equal and how they relate to each other. So for example, let's just say let's say we went in ciphers and clicked off these, and then just clicked on English ordinal. You can push match. You can see all the ones that match English ordinal on 88. Match Trump. So in the whole list, I mean, everything that this thing can come up with. So it's pretty crazy. Or multiple, all 4 of these, and you can push match, and they will show you all the different possibilities that match that. It's pretty crazy. You can see how they associate with things that are the same vibration. It's a weird thing how they do this. It's a spiritual law about vibration and things, and how all these words and numbers combined into, or these words combined into numbers, and they make a sound. They make some kind of vibration that gives them more power the more you say certain things. And when you're saying certain things, for example, like FIVEG, I'm talking about I already said it probably, but FIVEG is FIVE, and then G is really 57, and 57 is birth. So people are walking around saying FIVEG about the technology, and they're really saying birth, 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 and it's all about the birth of the Antichrist that's coming. That's almost here, and all these things have to start happening. The attacks in the United States have to happen, and everything, and I'm going to prove that. So again, this is Trumple Thin Skin, as I call him. I should have put a little slide of Trumple Thin Skin, but didn't do that. Had too much thing to cover. In fact, I'm way behind here. I got to keep going here. So 313 was when he was outside with his task force. I mean, give me a break. CV task force. But 313, and that was March 13th. The next day, he was in plain clothes, in a sense. He was in just a shirt, no tie, the jacket, and then a hat, looking like the average Joe. So I think this is definitely a symbolism of the end of America. This is the last time you see America, and then now he's going to be an average Joe, and then America's gone after this. At this point, I'm going to tell you what I believe that means. Okay, and so here he is in just a regular hat and everything. And again, the seal is missing. There's no seal. There's no presidential flag. And from my research, and I've done pretty good research, the only time that there's ever been there's been a president in a briefing room and no seal and no flag is when it's not, an official press briefing. Like the president just comes in for something or whatever, or something else is going on. Of course, all the press secretaries are in there talking to the media, and there's never a presidential flag and seal in there necessarily, or does there have to be? It's when he's there doing official briefing, and that's always there, except for now. By the way, just so you know, I believe the last time you ever would see that was this time. We'll never see one for going forward. We'll never see one going forward, and I'm going to show you why. So, and equate it to some other things. So that's pretty crazy. And again, as I mentioned many times, in Latin, this is how the elites look at it versus the masses. Septem in Latin is 7, but we know it as the 9th month. Octo in Latin is 8, but we know it as the 10th month. Novem is 9 in Latin, and that's what the elites go by, not the masses. The masses go by what we've been told. And Decem is 10, but we know it as the 12th month. So everything's off by 2 months. So I wanted to reiterate that. And so my timeline of talking about everything starting on May 1st and going to May 13th, and actually even May 14th will be the day after. So they make that a big deal, May 14th. And I'm going to show you why that is. But really, May is the 3rd month to them. So that's why I have the 3s down here. So 5-1 is 3-1, 5-4 is 3-4. So, and so on and so forth. Okay, then you also have these particular days. So this is the first day of the birth of the Antichrist. Is also the birth of the man-child. And I've been told by the Lord that this means something as far as the birth of the man-child, being that it's 77 days from February 14th. And then down here, or right here, is 88 days from February 14th, which is the day of trees in Israel. And I'm going to get into all that. I talked about it in my last videos. In fact, if you haven't watched, I'm going to put links in the description box. If you haven't watched my last iPad Go 2 Split Wide Open, iPad Go 2 Split Wide Open Parts 1 and Part 2, I'll have those links in the description box. Watch those. There's some massive evidence besides what I've already shown you right now about what's coming. And it's second Passover. It's May 1st going into second Passover. This is second Passover going into the end of America right here. Again, this is symbolic of the birth. There's going to be some symbolic stuff, maybe some physical things. 5-4. There's got all this stuff is pointing to 5-4, which is 45 backwards. It's many things. And then we're going to have something with Hawaii, possibly an attack on Stinky BO, the 44th Prez, and lava in Hawaii. This is going to be the attack on Trumple Thinskin and New York, possibly, what I'm looking at. And then we have these tsunami days, West Coast and Hawaii and East Coast. Then we have nuclear attack in the United States. And then the 514 is basically when it's going into the new world order, the next age. And that's why they love 514 as well. But this is also in 3s because that they look at it as the 3rd month. They show it to us as the 5th month, but they know it as the 3rd month. And they do codes based on both of these. And then also the days of the year. We have 122nd day of the year to the 134th day of the year, and actually even the 135th day of the year. I should have changed this to add this other day, the 135th day of the year. I'm going to show you why this is important, the days of the year as well. And that they go by that a lot more than I ever thought. And I'm learning more and more in the past several months how the days of the year are extremely important to them in their signaling and everything. So here we go. So again, 313 is really 513, and that's the last time you'll see United States. That's why the last time you'll see the seal. And then the next day is when you don't see the seal anymore, you don't see America anymore, which is really 514, which is really May is really the 3rd month to the elites, like I said. And even Trumple Thinskin right there, as I mentioned many times in the past, in a rally he did when he was running for president, people thought he mistakenly called 9/11 7/11, but no, because he knows September is the 7th month. This is all code. And for any of you that don't believe, even still now, that Trump is on their side, he's on the bad side, you got to wake up. And I've shown that in my watch part 2 of this iPad Go 2 Split Wide Open. Watch part 2. Because I proved that he's Mr. 58, which has to do with May 8th and the attack on him, because he's no longer technically president of the United States. And they showed this here. He's now just kind of a figurehead, and I'm going to show you why that is. And the New World Order is moving in very rapidly. In fact, we just had yesterday, or was it technically the day before, Wyoming was the last state to declare an emergency, a state of emergency. So now all 50 states, and this is a process. Eventually, more and more things are getting cut off. Military equipment is being transported like crazy. If you don't know any of this, it's because you haven't spent time researching it. I've researched it. Many people have researched it that are in the know, that are woken up to all this stuff and have been for maybe years. I was woken up about 5 years ago completely. I knew stuff was going on for a long time, but 5 years ago I knew it was about the end of the United States. And the Lord showed me with dreams and visions and evidence of that this was coming, and now it's finally here. If you don't know about this, it's only because you haven't spent the time researching it and looking into it. If you knew anything about Trump and even the stuff I share, then you'd understand he's not on your side one bit. Either is the other white, the checkerboard, black, white, false good and false dark. They're both not on your side. They're both, it's a game to the elites. That's why they have it as a checkerboard. It's their game. It's a chess match against the world. Okay, to get everything to what they want it to be: one world government, one world religion, one world dictator. Okay, so anyway, that's 314. That'll be the last time. And he's showing himself as not technically the president. I mean, he's literally standing right there. There's no seal. There's no flag, presidential flag. And every single time there's an official press briefing in the history of the United States, there's been a presidential seal and presidential flag on an actual real press briefing. Okay, official press briefing. So this is an official press briefing. Of course, coronavirus task force, everything like that. And we saw there was on the 13th. Now there's not on the 14th or any day after that. Any day after that, going forward here, nothing. When there won't be, I'm telling you, you'll see. You can watch every single day. You won't see one. So here we go. What was the other day that didn't have, that there was no presidential flag and a seal? There was another day that was. And that was when Obama was, or the Stinky, I call him Stinky B.O. or Beelzebub Butthead, whatever you want to call it, whatever I call him, because I can't stand it, because he's really bad, and he's the AC, okay, he will be. And he's actually running things behind the scenes right now. I mean, people don't really realize that. He's got Trump on on the end of a marionette control, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying here, but he's controlling everything. And he's already graduated to be this guy, but he's going to be revealed at some point soon. So he's shaking the hand of this guy in the press briefing room. And who's this guy? This guy is Josh Earnest. Okay. And this day that this happened was, check this out, President Obama surprised Josh Earnest at final press briefing one last time. Does that sound familiar? Okay, one last time for the United States, or when the seal was on Trump. Remember that on the 13th and the 14th, there was no seal. So one last time. So how does that equate to this time of the presidential seal? I'll show you. This is really crazy. So look at the date, January 17th. Oh, wait, I'll just do this. Okay, so remember 313. Okay, now look at January 17th, 2017. Well, January, to the elites, like I said, is the 11th month. So that is 11/17. Now look at 2017. That's just a reproduction of it, but it's the 11 compressed into 2. So we have, in January 17th, we have 11/17, and 2017, we have 11/17. So it's doing two things. It's confirming that day, or the code. It's also a dual code, and I'm going to show you what that is. What is that? I've talked about this in the past many, many times. It's a dual attack code of 118 and 118. It's the 118 twins. I'll probably put a link in the description box. This is kind of a funny thing, but the call 118 with the Ray Parker Jr. singing the Ghostbusters song, but it says call 118. And it's really crazy, but it's about the twin attacks, 118 codes, these are the twins. They're British, but it was getting out there that these attacks are coming on the twin 118s. Okay, and I've shared a lot about that if you watch my videos, what that is. But you can see this video, it's really crazy. And he says, I ain't afraid of no ghost. He says, I ain't afraid of no goats. And that has to do with I Pet Goat and the goat and everything. It's really crazy. So anyway, keep going here. But what is it ultimately? So if we just take 1117 backwards, it's 7111. So what is 71? 71 is the 71st day of the year. Okay, and I've showed that many times in the last few videos. 71 is the 71st day of the year, but only on a leap year, it ends up being 311. And then one day plus another day is 313. So they're showing it right here. So 71st day of the year is 311, 312, 313, boom. And this is saying goodbye to Josh Earnest on this day. They're showing that day. It's goodbye this day. You still don't believe me? Well, let me show you more evidence of that. Josh Earnest in English ordinal, simple gematria, okay, absolutely simple. A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3. Josh Earnest is 134. Why is 134 important? Well, because 134 only in a leap year, which is this year, is 5/13 or May 13th. Remember I said 313 is 5/13. Do you see that? So 5/13 equals 313. So it's the 71st day plus 1 is March 13th, or symbolically 313, but the real 313 to them is May 13th, and that's showing you in his name. Okay, also, check this out. Just like I showed before, Josh Ernest is Josh and Ernest, and it's 52 and 82. And I've said this many, many times before. A lot of times when you see 2, it's compressed 1 and 1. So this is showing right here that 5-2 is really 511, and it's showing that 5-2 and 8-2 are 511 equals 811. And I've shown that in my iPad Go 2 Split Wide Open Part 2, how 511 equals 811, how it's similar to Back to the Future and everything, and how they both exactly equal. So the code is 811, the actual day is 511. The code is 71, the actual day is plus 1 is 313, or the actual, and that's another code, but the actual day is 513. Okay, I hope you see that. And then it just so happens that this guy, the senior writer right here, Matt Wilstein, senior writer right here, it just so happens that his last name is 666 in English Gematria, which is simple Gematria times 6. Just so happens. This is all massive coincidence. By the way, if a coincidence, the kind of the root of that is coincide. So coincide, if something coincides, they have a relationship. So that's actually true. There's no real coincidence as far as it being random. These things coincide. They literally coincide on purpose. So it shows you that they're planned. These couldn't be massive coincidence upon massive coincidence upon massive coincidence. Can't just be. It has to be planned, or there's got to be something behind it. There's got to be some kind of real reason for it. So also look at his first name. So not only his last name, Wilson, and I could do the whole name, but in all this Gematria, you could do so many things with so many things, and it just would even keep proving it more and more. But I'm trying to hit to certain points and to keep this moving along, because it's going to be a long video already. Okay, and look at Matt. Matt is 54, and then look at 324 and 324. So this is crazy. So what's unique about Matt is, A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3 in English ordinal. But reverse, Z equals 1, Y equals 2, and X equals 3. So in this name is unique because it's backwards, forwards is the same. Same thing with English Gematria and reverse English Gematria is the same. But so we got 54, and then look, 3 plus 2 is 5 and 4. 3 plus 2 is 5 and 4. So we have 54 all across the board. 54 is one of the days I'm talking about. It's also 45 backwards. The 45th Pres, Trumple Thinskin. There's so much going on here. It's crazy. Then we also have, this is different ways they do this. Sometimes they add them one digit to 2 digits, or 2 digits to 1 digit, whatever. But in this case, it's also, not only is it 5-4, and that's why they do this with multiple digits, because there are multiple things hidden in it. So right here we have also 3, 2 plus 4 is 6. 3, 2 plus 4 is 6. We also have 36, which also end up being 9. So does 54 end up being 9. So they all end up being 9. But which is also Trumple. Trumple is 9 because he's 4 plus 5. And then the Lincoln, I'm saying, still is probably going to get attacked. The Lincoln aircraft carrier is probably going to get attacked. Probably going to be leaving out of San Diego at some point around this time, heading towards Hawaii, and might be attacked while it's heading towards Hawaii. It's my best guess right now. So, but what I've seen in iPad Go and everything, and all the other predictive programming. But why 36 important? Well, 36 is a triangular number. So the 36th triangular number is, what's the 36th triangular number? 666. And I'm going to show that to you here in a little bit. So this is crazy. It keeps going. And then look at Barack Hussein Obama and Josh Ernest. Look at how Barack Hussein Obama in English ordinal is the same as the reverse of Josh Ernest. That's crazy. And then look, English Gematria is the same as the reverse of English Gematria, of course. And there's other things. Josh Ernest is also 44. Who's the 44th Pres? This guy. There's so much going on this. I'm not gonna get into everything. But also 61. He was born on 1961. In fact, he was born. Basinki Bio was born 8/4/1961. There's so many things. I'm not going to touch every single thing right now, but it's crazy. And then there's so much to his name right here that I've already covered before, and so, but I'm going to keep going here. But just to get an idea, this guy isn't just randomly the guy they pick or because he's good or whatever. And even though they say goodbye to him on that exact day, which was signaling the days that are coming, or that the days that are coming in May, he exactly equals CQBO in so many ways. Okay, so again, we have these 2 days. Actually, you know, I'm going to show you this, actually. I want to show you this. Barack Hussein Obama is 74 in Jewish reduction. What's the 74th day of the year? Right here, 314. March 14th, 74th day of the year. That all coincidence? I mean, it just goes. I'm not going to cover everything, what all this stuff is, because there's so much in this. I'm just going to get to certain points and keep going here. And then we have, there's Josh Ernest again. Again, this is that same day. And then we have Stinky BO right here. And of course, there's no flag and there's no seal. This is on purpose to point to this day because of his name, because he was leaving, because this is the last press conference as well, because Trump was about to be brought in on the 20th. So this is on the 17th. 3 days later, Trump will be inaugurated on the 20th. It's crazy. Okay, so and then guess what? Look, this is the same guy, same day, same guy, and everything right here. Of course, Sticky BO, and look, he's wearing the ultraviolet tie because Satan is ultraviolet. The highest vibration of light is ultraviolet. Satan's going to be incarnating him, and it's an iPad goat. Again, he had the ultraviolet tassel that's in the back when he's president, and it goes to the front. He graduates to become the AC or the dragon, and they're ultraviolet tie. This is a favorite color tie, by the way, ultraviolet. He wears it on certain important events. I'm going to show you another event where he wore it again. That was important for the signaling and symbolism. But he's pointing. This thing is telling the truth. It's pointing. He's the dragon. The dragon trying to eat the egg. He has white gloves on for some reason, and that's because his hands together look like a cracked egg, and he's eating it. Okay, he's trying to eat the egg because he's the dragon trying to eat the man-child before he goes to heaven. He's lightning falling from heaven that splits the body of Christ into 2 halves. And by the way, that's the brain that's in the egghead, Ludwig, but the brain is also the child. And later in the video, you see the child that's inside the egg, and he has praying hands. And then his hands go from like that to praying hands. So he's eating the child because he goes from praying hands. And you see the child, which should be the brain inside Ludwig, which escapes, and the devil can't find him once his head's cracked open. And he's lightning falling from heaven, and that separates the church. That's why there's so many reasons in the Bible and everything that I've shared. And those links are going to be in the description box again about raptures, about the preacher rapture, about the rapture of the innocent first, and things like that. And also, the innocent, the raptures, and things like that, about the 144 and everything as well. The 144,000, which CQBO is 144 as well. I'm going to show you why that is. Also, as I've shared before, and it's been a while since I've shared, but in iPad Go, there's a scene in the classroom where George Bush is dancing and everything, but dark in the corner over here is the woman, the teacher, and then right here is these letters. But notice the big letter is second, and the smaller letter, the capital letters on the right, and the small letters on the left. So that's the reason, because you can read it from bottom to top as well. And this is a cipher. So A, B, C, and D are cut off, because this is a cipher starting with E equals 1, F equals 2, G equals 3, H equals 4, and so on and so forth, all the way down to Z. So because it's missing the first 4 letters of the alphabet, it's a 22 alphabet cipher, starting with E equals 1. So it's a new cipher, and I've used it to decipher the stuff that's on the chalkboard and everything, and I've shown that in the past. But check this out. I'm going to show you if you haven't seen this before, okay? So, because E equals 1, it used to equal 5. In English Gematria, equals 5, because A, B, C, D, E is the 5th letter. But in this case, it equals 1. And look, he's really evil. He's not love. He's backwards. He's evil backwards. But this is also a message. And then there's evolution that is kind of hidden. There's a T and an N in capitals, because you can read this thing backwards from Z up, because it's going the opposite direction. You can read it from Z up, and then cipher it that way as Z equals 1, Y equals 2, that kind of thing. But I'm not getting into all that right now. But E equals 1, then V is down here. V is normally the 22nd letter of the alphabet, but you take 4 off of that because it ended up being the 18th letter on this cipher. So it's 1-8. Oh, imagine that. What's going to happen here? I wonder. What did I already show earlier? And then O is normally the 15th letter of the alphabet, because O right here is down here is the 11th down. Okay. It's the 11th down, then it is 11. And then look at L is normally the 12th letter of the alphabet, because you take 4 off because the 4 missing. 4 from 12 is 8. Ooh, does that look familiar? Remember, he said goodbye to that guy. Remember, Josh Ernest? And he said goodbye to him on 11/17/11/17, or January 17, 2017, 18118 twin attack codes. Is this all chance? Nope, not even close. In fact, he's sitting on a pink chair because he's effeminate. He's been There's a lot of things in media about pink and ultraviolet. It's all over the place. Like even with unicorns being pink and violet, and because he's the unicorn, he's all kinds of crazy stuff. He's the, I should put a horn right here. He's the little horn right here sticking out. He's the unicorn. He's all kinds of things. It's really ridiculous. So many things in our media relate to him, and in my whole childhood and past and everything, all of our past and future and present and everything. I've shared some of it. It's just mind blowing. And if for him not to be that, him to be tied to all these things, massive amount of things, because it's about his birth and everything, there's no one else can be. I mean, I literally now have probably 430 some reasons why he's the Antichrist that are so solid. Maybe almost 40 now, 440, which would be 44. Anyway, okay, here we keep going here. And then now let's get into the Pope. Okay, so the Pope drops his traditional titles, including Vicar of Christ. Now you can read this whole thing, but his whole title in the yearbook that comes out every year is Vicar of Christ, successor of the Prince of the Apostles, Supreme Pontiff of the Universal Church, Primate. Oh yeah, Primate. He is a monkey man. Primate of Italy, Archbishop and Metropolitan of the province of Rome, sovereign of Vatican City, state, servant of the servants of God. Give me a break. That's his whole thing. And just read this also. So on Thursday, Gerard Gerhard Mueller, the Vatican's former doctrinal chief, described the change as an act of theological barbarism. It is a theological barbarism to devalue the Pope's titles, successor of Peter, Vicar of Christ, and visible head of the whole church, as a mere historical ballast, he wrote. So he's ticked. And he's saying this is just blasphemy, almost, pretty much. I mean, we all know, most of us know that this is all BS anyway, Barry Soetoro. That's all BS. It's all wrong, okay? This is not correct. He's not the replacement of Christ. Vicar means standing in the place of Christ. Okay, so he just removed that. Okay, in fact, here's the annual from 2019 and 2020. Look at the difference, because you got this remember that whole thing I read? Vicar of Christ, all this pontificating, Barry Soetoro, BS. And then here he is. Now it's just his name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio. By the way, Burr is bear, Gog is Gog in the Bible, and Leo is lion. Bear, Gog, lion. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? If you didn't know that, that's insane. It's, talking about the bear and anyway. You can figure it out. Anyway, so that's been taken. Well, why is that? There's a number of reasons. So Trump's stepping down. He's stepping down from his titles for somebody. I wonder who it could be. Could it be Satan? Okay, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, however you say that. Okay, it is many things, but I'm going to get into, Obama is 12, and I'm going to talk about how he's 12, so it's 1, 2. And then March 11th, because they consider March being the first month, 111 is March 11th, or 311. 312 would be the 311 and 312 are the tsunami days, I'm saying. So being May, or it's just different how they look at it. On the Gregorian, it's 312 or 311. On their calendar, the first month is March, so it's still March 11th. So it's crazy. And then 5/1, 15 backwards, is May 1st. And down here, Vicar of Christ is 5/11, just mix up a little bit. 7/7, I'm going to show you how, I've showed how Obama is 7/7, or 7 plus 7, or 7 times 7 is 7/7. He's 7/7. And then right here is also 1. 4 plus 9 is 13, so you have 113. There's many ways to do this, actually. Or you have 1 times 49 is 49, and that's 7 times 7. Then we also have, look, check it out. We have 113. 9 is a throwaway number all the time, because if you go 3 plus 9 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, so 113. 9 is a throwaway number. Just remember that if you don't know that. And also Obama's 6, because you throw away the 9, or he's the 69, the portal, or 23, 23, and 23. And again, he's 12 again. So again, his birthday was on 8/4, supposedly August 4th, and 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, but ultimately he's 3. So when you keep reducing, all the way is 3. So his birthday is 8/4. We reduce that down. 8 plus 4 is 12. Then 12, and I show you 12, 12, 12 all over the place here. 1 plus 2 is 3. And I'm going to show you how he's 3. I've showed some other things in the past. I'm going to show you some more crazy stuff coming up here. Okay, and then check this out. Pope Francis's first words to the public after his election, this was back in 2013 when he was elected the Pope, okay, March 13th, 2013, were, "Brothers and sisters, good evening. You all know that the duty of the conclave was to give a bishop to Rome. It seems that my brother cardinals have gone almost the end of the earth to get him, but here we are." So, again, this is funny, just like, when Obama does his press press dinners and stuff, and he's joking, he's up on the podium and he's making these jokes and showing video and like the Lion King and how that's his birth, and this is all innuendo. It's all funny in a sense, but they're messages, and just like this is a message. So basically, he's saying again, you all know that the duty of the conclave was to give a bishop to Rome. It seems that my brother cardinals have gone almost to the ends of the earth to get him, but here we are. So they're talking about a him, and he's saying, "I'm not him, but here we are. We haven't found him. We haven't gotten him yet." Okay, so he hasn't come yet. Okay, so they're talking about somebody else. That's what he's saying here, and it sounds like a joke. Okay, because I'm not really him. I'm not that good, and that's kind of funny. But here we are. You result. You're just gonna settle for me for now. Ha ha ha. Because I'm not that good. Whatever. Just some kind of self-demeaning humor or whatever. But look, March 13th. 313. And if we look at it backwards, it's 312. So 313 and 312. 312 is the tsunamis in New York. And then 313 is the final attack, and that's what he represents, and that's when he first became Pope. And again, there's 313. It's not a coincidence. So he's stepping down. Okay, again, on September 12th this year, Pope Francis announced his plan to launch a global education pact to unite efforts to combat climate change. Again, we're talking about climate change. So his book that we're going to talk about here, and this whole meeting that's May 14th, 2020, is about climate change. It's about the Sunday Law. The leader of the Vatican called on world leaders to come together on May 14, 2020 to discuss his Laudato Si proposal to reduce global warming. And again, that's his book. I'm sure that in a second. He said, "Never before has there been such need to unite our efforts in a broad educational alliance to form mature individuals capable of overcoming division and antagonism." Blah, 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 blah. You can read that if you want. It's really sickening to me. So that ends up being, he's scheduling this for May 14th, and that's when things change. And that's what he's talking about, climate change, talking about what changing effort, doing things, changing things. And there it is, 314, which is May 14th, the third month, the 14th day. So that I'm showing how these are similar. They're stepping down. They're both showing symbolism of before and after. So before is 313, which is May 13th, and after is 514. So 513 to 514 is what they're really showing this whole thing. Both of them, not only the Trumple, who's in on it, and he's going to be a scapegoat. He's going to be, he's going to lead the United States down the wrong path and war and everything. And then the New World Order and all these people that are going to believe, they're going to say, this guy led us to nothing. He did stupid things to bring on the CV more and everything. And he led us into World War III, and he's going to be a massive bad example for conservatives and Christians who elected him. And people are going to hunt them down. I'm telling you. Okay, so his book was in May 24th, 2015. It was published. And notice right here, check this out. So, I'll show you this first. Okay, so May 24th, pretty much every year, May 24th is the 144th day of the year. 1 times 44 is 44, the 44th press. And also, it's 184 pages. 1 times 84 is 84, or August 4th, supposed birthday of insane Obama. Okay, give me a break. I call him Brock, insane Obama as well. plenty of names, because he's a joke. He's really a joke. He's a punchline to a joke. So there we go. So it's tied to him several ways. I'm going to show you many more. So Laudato Si is 612. Would you see what's in that already? 612 is 216 backwards. Again, remember, August 4th is the 216th day of the year. Okay, that's crazy. So it's backwards. See something else in here? It's also 12 in the 612 is 6 plus 6. So it's a hidden 666. Also, the 216, which is 612 backwards, 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. So, so he's pointing to, all this stuff is pointing to what the Pope's doing, everything like that. That's why the Pope met with Stinky BO in the end of September in 2015 to seal the deal of the end of the United States. And the Lord showed me that at that time. I didn't know what all that meant. I know more what it means now. Excuse me, my throat's getting dry. Okay, so Laudato Si means praise be to you. Or who is he praising? Is he praising God? No, because look at Laudato. Look at Laudato. This is an English Gematria. Everything's times 6, a simple Gematria. Laudato is praise. That's what it means. B to you is C. Okay. The praise, who they're praising. Oh, 444 exactly is Lucifer. In fact, there's footage of them in one of the big Catholic cathedrals in the Vatican singing praise to Lucifer, and singing to Lucifer. That's how they say Lucifer in Italiano. Okay, and then we have, this is crazy too. So look at this. So what is so crazy about this? Well, not only do we have Lucifer right here in Laudato, but in C we have 114. Again, it's 11 times 4 is 44. Okay, wait, let me go back here. 44. And then 54, this 54 again. Man, that just keeps popping up. But that's 9. So anything you add 9 to, 9 just goes away. So just scratch that away. And then you have 11, 114. 11 times 4 is 44. So you have 40. So basically this is 44 and 444. So you have Obama and you have Lucifer. Okay, just like I've said many, many times. And then Lucifer also in simple gematria is 74. Well, again, what is 74? And I showed you what 73 was. The 71 plus 1 was 73, and that was 313. What's 74? May 14th. Well, it's actually March 14th, but because March 14th is 314 code, 314 is really to the elites, 3 is really May, so it's May 14th, and that's the day of this meeting, and Laudato Si, the being the standard for this meeting with the Pope and everything on May 14th. Give me a break. And then now look at praise be to you. Again, who is he praising? Is he praising God? No, he's not. And more evidence that he's not praising God, because praise be to you equals 18 all across the board here. So this is 1 plus 7 plus, just 1, and then 7 plus 1 is 18. 18, 1, 2 plus 6 is 18, 1, 18. So this is all 18 across the board. And there's other things because we have 3 digits. So this is pretty much just 18, or it could be 81. And 81 actually is what? Anybody know? 81 is 322, March 22nd, 322 Skull and Bones. Anyway, I already shared that in previous videos. But also, so yeah, it was 81 is 18. But also right here, look at this. This is 1 times 71. Again, 71 was 311, March 11th. It's crazy. Look at this stuff. And then this right here is many things. It's 18, but it's also, again, 1 plus 2, 12 is 6 plus 6, and 6. This is 666 hidden. This is actually several things. I'm going to get into all the other things it is, but well, let me talk about this. It's also 126, if you take away the 0, is 21 times 6, which is 216, which is the day of the year Barack Obama was supposedly born, right? Wow. Okay, and then another thing about 18, see all these 18s that's been hidden, it's March 8th, because again, to the elites, 1-8, 1 is March, the first month, and then 8, so 18 is really 1-8, and it's also 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6. It's also this and this and that and this and this and that. It's crazy, and it's 81, meaning 322, 322nd day of the year, and only on a leap year. So it's pointing to this year, all this stuff. It's crazy, okay? So March 8th is the attack on Trump with thin skin, which is a partial bringing the birth of the Antichrist, Stinky BO. Okay, so again, 3-8 is really 5-8. Okay, so this is 1-8 is really 3-8, which 3-8 is really 5-8. It's really crazy, but this is real. This is, I'm telling you. And then another thing about this which is really crazy is the Lord showed me in Obama's number of the day of his birth in a dream that it was 216 in the air, and then the Lord took his finger and he flipped the six. It was just kind of a big 216 in the air. I had a short dream, and he flipped the six. It spin around to a 9, because that's how the 6 and 9s are the same to them. So it's really 219. So in a sense, 126 is really 129 right here. This is really 129 or 126, but it's another hidden thing they do. Just flip the 6 or the 9. 126 is also 129. 129th day of the year is March 8th. I'm sorry, May 8th. 3-8. Sorry, 5-8. 3-8 is really 5-8. So 129th day of the year is the real day of 5-8. So that supports that this really 3-8 is really 5-8 to the least, because this is 129. Hopefully you get this. There's a lot of contrived stuff they do, but it works. It's mathematical. It's hidden. It just flipping backwards, upside down, or both things, and that's what they do. And the Bible says things about that. These things are hidden, or they're backwards. Things like that. And that's the whole thing. Lester Crowley was all about doing things backwards. And he was the most highly regarded Satanist probably in history. And he talked about walking backwards, talking backwards, everything. And then this is in that same book, Laudato Si, On Care for Our Common Home is in the title. And look at this. We got 9/11 backwards, 9/11 backwards. We got the 133rd day of the year backwards. 133rd day of the year is what? That was the tsunamis, which is on May 12th or 3/12, March 12th, however you want to look at it. Then backwards we have 5/11, which is the tsunami. This is the opposite tsunami days. This is on the west coast in Hawaii, which is 5/11, and this is the 133rd day of the year, which is 5/12. It's crazy. And then this is Obama's birthday backwards, which is the balance of a regular year, which is if you go into the 117th day of the year, you have 248 days left, which is still his birthday because it's 842, and his birthday is 1961. 61 is upside down backwards, so we have 19 and 19. 19's really 11 because you take away the 9s because they're throwaway numbers, like I said, or you add 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. You have to take away the 0. So you have 10 and 10. Then you have 1 and 1. That's 2. So this is actually right here. 8 backwards. 842 is Barack Obama's birthday. That's crazy. There's so much to this. I'm going to get into everything. So I'm going to keep going here. Oh, and by the way, we have 9 plus 4 is 13. So that's a scramble 311. There's so much in this. It just keeps going. Okay, here we go. And then this is his conference on May 14th. Roma. For May 14th, 2020. Okay, so we have Roma. Let me do this first. Maggio is May, but in Italian. Okay, and then we got 5-2, which is really code for 5/11. It's underneath this down here. I can't bring this out all the way down. And then 3-4 is 5-4, really. Okay, and then 3-2 is really 5-2, which is really 5/11, or it's 23 backwards because Obama's both 23 and 32. Because that symbolizes his birth and things. 5th month. There's many things to look at there, but this is 7. 7 plus 7 is 14, and then that's the other tsunami day of 3/12. This is 3/11 or 5/11. Remember, 3 and 5, same thing. Okay, and then 3/12, 5/11 because two is 1 plus 1 or 1 plus 1 and 1 compressed to 2. Well, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so, and then Roma is 47. Roma is Rome in Italiano. So we got Roma. Roma's Rome. And then in simple gematria, it just happens to be 47. What's 47 again? It's 74 backwards. The 74th day of the year is May 14th, right here. And only on a leap year this year. Proving this is the year. Okay? There you go, 74th day of the year, March 14th, which is 3/14, which is really, the 3rd month of the leads is really May. So May 14th, that's why he said it from May 14th. Because it's after the destruction of America, after the tribulation starts, is their new age. And then here, that meeting is called a Global Compact on Education. There's so much in all this, man, it's just crazy. So there's 47 or 74 backwards. That's the same day. How could all this be the same day? How could all this be 74? 47, 74 backwards. I mean, are you kidding me? The 128th day of the year is 5/7, which is a big day that I mentioned in the list. 84 is his birthday. You got 84 again, or you have, anyway, because you throw away the 9, it's 84 again. There's so many things in all this. It's really quite crazy. And then we have 5, and then we have 1. So 1 plus 4 is 5. 4 plus 6 is 10. Take with the 0, it's 5-1. We have 5-1. We have pretty much all the days in here. It's crazy. All the attack days in May. And the after day. And then right here in Pope Francis, we have the first day, the 122nd day of the year is May 1st. We have 6 plus 8 is 14, and you have the 7-7. You have 1 plus 70, 1 times 75 is 75, but it's backwards, it's 57. That's May 7th. May 8th, this is 9/11 upside down and backwards. Take it with a 0, it's Pres 44. Stinky BO. 3 plus 2 is 5. Backwards is 5-7. Again, that's the first real day with the the Kilauea and the lava and things like that, and the attack on Stinky BO, all that. And then 5-1, May 1st. Again, it's just all here. Literally, all these things have typically multiple of these days. That's why I said Mayday, Mayday in my title in the iPad Goat as well, because these are all Maydays. That's why emergency is Mayday, 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 because each attack day is a Mayday. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. I mean, is that by coincidence? Nope. So much in our culture is all planned for these things, for the revealing of the Antichrist down the road. And so many things even more things I'm going to show you. So performance of the main religion spokespeople of international organizations and various humanitarian institutions. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. On May 14th, you'll see that you can read this Global Compact on Education. Let me show you this. May 14th is the 135th day of the year, again only on a leap year. And then why is 135 year? It's a demonic number in a sense. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but it's used for demonic purposes because 135 is one of two unique numbers that when you add them to their reverse, they equal 666. So 135 plus its reverse equals 666. That's another reason why he did it on May 14th. Not only is it the day after the destruction of America, and that's the new age starting, the tribulation starting, and everything between the 13th and the 14th. That's why the seal is removed, but it's also the transition between. And it's 666. It's the dawning of 666, and that's why it's the 135th day of the year. There's so much to this. There's so much intricacy to all this stuff. It's spiritual. It's demonic. It's been going for thousands of years, hundreds of years, as far as the United States and all that stuff. And it's just crazy. This is all, people can't think of this stuff. The Lord's revealed a lot of this stuff to me. I couldn't come up with this stuff. There's no way. He's led me down. He's put these ideas in my head. He's led me down this path to unveil some of these things. It's really crazy. It's an unveiling, really, of what's going on with these psychos. Okay, Laudato Si. Okay, there's the book, which that meeting is supposed to be based on. Okay, and what's in the book? Well, in chapter 6, okay, subhead 6, sacramental. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. Chapter 6, and then subhead 6, sacramental signs and celebration of rest. It's about rest, about the Sunday law, and then the fifth one down on this subhead 6. So we have 6, chapter 6, subhead 6, and then the fifth. I don't know what you call that. Just the fifth paragraph or fifth thing down would be 5. So we have 665. Well, why is it 665, not 666? Well, 665, I'm going to share that with you, what that means. Excuse me. Okay. Crazy. All right. Yeah, this is really deep. Okay, so again, the Sunday law is to lock people into worshiping the devil on Sunday. That has to do with the Noahide laws and everything, which they're all behind. This is all coming together for this time. If you don't, you'll be killed and everything. So that's what's in this. You can read this. On Sunday, our participation, talking about the Sunday law right here, requiring on Sunday a law of weekly rest. Down here underneath the thing, it says the law of weekly rest forbade work on the seventh day. So that's what they're alluding to, okay? So let me keep going here. But, however, they changed the day from May 14th. But they knew this was going to happen because they're all planning all this. So they put May 14th as far as the end, the day of when everything changes, okay? But they changed it to a different day because, okay, due to uncertainty linked to the spread of COVID-19, they're considering and decisions taken on a global level, the Global Compact of Education will take place on 15th of October 2020. Well, why is that? Why do they say this? Well, because October 15th is really 5/11. 11/5 and 5, so it's 5/11 this way and it's 5/4 this way. Remember I said 5/1, 5/4, 5/7, 5/8, 5/11, 5/13, 5/12, 5/13, and even 5/14 being when it's all done. Okay, so we have 5/4 and 5/11. This is the attack day. This is the birth. It's the main attack day with the tsunamis and everything. It's 5/11. They love this day. It's also 5-2. But anyway, so, but also, it is also 11. 5 plus 4 is 11, 9. And what is that? And that's 9-11 backwards. Also, like I've shared before, remember I've talked about CV before in past videos, how CV is 322. It's the first letter code. I've shared in my videos about first letter code in different videos. And then now the Lord showed me about their last letter code in this. There's a last letter code as well. Can you imagine that? That's A and S, which is A is 1, first letter of the alphabet, S is the 19th. So what's that backwards? So there we go, 9/11. It's crazy. Okay. Skull and Bones. I mean, the CV is that. This date, rescheduled date they're talking about is that. Because it's just pointing to more codes for this day that's coming of 5/11 and these other days as well. It's the multiple days they're talking about all the time. But look at this also. Down here it says, in order to allow the widest and most serene participation. Is this just a typo? Participation is PARTICIPATION, not E. Okay, is this just a typo or is this a message? I'm telling you it's a message. Okay, it's not a typo. They did this, and maybe people I think it's a typo. This stuff doesn't get typoed. Okay. Participation is 147. Again, 1 times 47 is 47. And again, 47 backwards is 74. May 14th, or I should say March 14th, which is really to at least May 14th. There we go. Hopefully you're seeing this. This is really crazy. Okay, this can't be. Now let's look at COVID-19. C equals 3, O equals 15, B equals 22. That's all. That's the numbers in simple gematria. Okay, but let's keep reducing now. Let's show you what's really the message in here. Okay, so 3 and 1 and 5 is 9. 22 breaks down to 4. Of course, you have 9 and 4. So do you see the pattern here of 9, 4, 9, 4? There's something in there as well. And by the way, I want to make this very clear as well. Stinky, I call him Dead Bush. George Herbert Walker Bush died on November 3rd for a reason. And by the way, November 30th, I should say, November 30th of, was it 2018 now or is it 2019? I can't remember. Oh man, 2018 actually was. November 3rd is 11/3, which is 311 backwards. And look, he was 94 years old, and he's Mr. 41st Prez, which is 14 backwards, which is Stinky BO because he's 14. I'll show you how he's 14 here really quick. Another big way he's 14, Stinky BO. Okay, so 94941. Now keep reducing. We have 1313-1. Well, what's going on here too? Well, we have backwards, we have 3-1, which is March 1st, which is really the third month is May 1st. And then we have May 1st to May 1 plus 1 and 1 is May 11th. So May 1st and May 11th. These are both birthdays. May 1st and May 11th are birthdays for him. Who is it? Keep reducing. The 44th Prez times 1 is 44, or 44 or 144 backwards. He's Mr. 144. He is the antithesis to the 144,000 the Bible talks about. It's crazy because he's 1 times 44, which is 44. There's so much to this. Or take 44 plus 1 is Trumple Thinskin. He's 45. And so it's about but by the way, if you go to 94, 94 is 44 plus 45. That's why I've shown an iPad Go where it shows the death of both presidents, 44 and 45. And together they added together backwards, it's 94, which is the death of the dead Bush. And I've shown this many, many times, which equals 99. And dead Bush was now Mr. 18, which is so much. It's 5'8". It's the death. 518 is 38, which is 5'8", like I showed earlier in this video. But dead Bush was the Mr. 18. He got into the war when he was 18. I should have a video on all this stuff where he's 18, or Mr. 99. And he died at 94. Sure. Yeah, right. Sure. Okay, now I want to tackle Q. I've not tackled Q before, but I'm going to blow it out of the water on this one, I think. Q. Who's Q? Who's QAnon? Is QAnon on your side? Nope. Not even close. And the numbers are going to prove it, that Q is not on your side Never has it ever been, or whatever. Whether it's AI or whether it's a person, I have an idea who it might be because of predictive programming. I'm going to show you that. But here we go. Q is, and this is crazy because I learned this from the Lord, and He's guided me to this recently. Q is O and X. Okay, so because you have an O and then an X, this crosses the O to become a hidden X. It's a hidden X. Okay, so this Q is really an O and an X. It just is. I remember I was in graphic design, did typography, and one of my things was I dismantled an O and the X to make a different set of letters. It's really, I don't get into all that right now, but O and X. So O and X. O is the 15th letter of the alphabet, which 1 plus 5 is 6, and X is the 24th letter of the alphabet. 2 plus 4 is 6. Oh, it's just a coincidence that Q really is O and X are 6 and 6. Sure. Or 6 times 6 is 36. And a 36 triangular number is 666. Or you've probably seen on TV, if you've ever watched Fox. If you don't know this already, Fox is 666. F is the 6th letter of the alphabet. O is the 15th. 1 plus 5 is 6. X is the 24th. 2 plus 4 is 6. So Fox, every time you see Fox on TV, Fox. It's not 20th Century Fox. It used to be 20th Century Fox. Now it's just Fox. Now what they're saying is 666. 666, 666, 666, or Monster Energy drink, 666, or this, or Chrome browser with the symbol of the Chrome browser. It's really 666. It's right in your face. It's electronic eye, and it's really 666 hidden in the Chrome browser symbol. I mean, all this stuff, 666, it's all over the place because that's what's coming, 666. And who is 666? Well, I'm going to show you. Also, 666 is, like I said, the 36 triangular number, and I'm going to show you that here soon. And then, so we're talking about in Q is a hidden X, and that's a big reason why they're using the number of reasons why they're using Q as in QAnon, the full Q anonymous or QAnon or just Q. There's many reasons why they're using this because it's Gematria. It's many things. Okay, and I'm going to prove it to you. The hidden X is 6, and so listen, Stinky BO is, I'm going to show you how he's 6, he's 36, and he's 666 in many ways, but I'm just going to show you one huge aspect of it, and maybe a few different aspects of it, one huge aspect of it that ties him completely to it. Now again, X is 24, or 2 plus 4 is 6. 24 is 42 backwards. Okay, what's 42? We'll get into that in a second. 42, but look at this. So it's the crossing of the O. So X is crossing. Okay, crossing. So two lines that are crossing is what X means, crossing. It just means crossing. Or two lines crossing. So Stinky BO's signature is O and a cross. Or an X. An X is really a cross because they cross each other. So it depends on how you look at it. But that's a cross and an O. So O with a cross on it. So Q, if you kind of turn it like this, turn it a little bit, Q might be that. Q could be, Stinky BO, because it's the crossing of O. It's about him crossing over from one plane to another, or one age to another age, being this new guy. 42. What's 42? Revelation 13:5. And the beast was given a mouth uttering haughty and blasphemous words, and it was allowed to exercise authority for 42 months. 42 is big. Big number for the Antichrist, and that's why it's 24 backwards. Okay? 24 is, that's why it's X. Okay? And it's many other things. So, okay. And then look, hey, we got the 135th day of the year in Revelation 1:3-5. Is that a massive coincidence? Nope, I don't think so. And then here, let's keep going. Also, do you see in here how it's the 13th day of the 5th month? Revelation 13:5, 13th day of the 5th month would basically start this, which is May 13th. That's all. No big deal. Nothing to see here. And then, like I mentioned in previous videos, Hunter Killer exactly matches Barry Soetoro. It's a movie called Hunter Killer, which has to do with a submarine and Obama's foot. And I bet go with the Aperol's submarine as well as other things. But Hunter Killer, and I've shared how phenomenally, this is absolutely impossible, how Hunter Killer in English Ordinal can match the exact reverse in Barry Soetoro with a bunch of BS. And then this one's exactly the same. This is exactly reverse of this. These two are the reverse. The single reduction and full reduction are reversed, 72 and 72. this English Gematria, which is simple Gematria times 6, is exactly the reverse in reverse English Gematria, and this is the reverse of that. I mean, this is impossible. This is off the charts. I don't know what, a gazillion to one or something. It's just, this is only could be because it's planned. So that shows that he is the hunter killer. He is Apollo, the hunter killer. Okay, wow. So the reason why I mentioned that, the reason why I do that as a backdrop is because Lucifer is the exact opposite. So it's English Gematria. The reverse English Gematria is QAnon. Isn't that special? Yeah, it is. Very, very bizarrely special. Okay, so yeah, that's true. And then check this out. Then O and X in English Gematria is 234. Well, remember what I said about 135 being a demonic number? Well, so is 234, because 234 plus its reverse, these are the only two numbers that do that, 135 and 234, unless you have double numbers or triple numbers or whatever. But just different numbers. 234 plus 432 is 666. And OX just happened to be 34? 234? I don't think so. Don't think so. This is all planned. And then look at this. Laudato Si is 612. Remember what was 612? Well, let's look. What am I saying about that? Well, in OX, which I said is Obama crossing, is 144. And then you have it plus, and then you have 9. 9 is O. Remember, 9 is a throwaway number. So we'll get rid of 9 and O. Then we have 144 right down here. Okay, right below this. Down here is 144. And over here is 114. And then we have 54. Again, that's 5 plus 4 is 9. Throw that away. And that is, what do those two equal? 1 times 44 and 11 times 4, both 44. So O is the little 4, and the big 4 is the 444, which is Lucifer. Okay, and he's looking to have him incarnate him on that day, on the 13th at least, if not the 11th. I don't know what day it will be exactly, but it's crazy. Okay, now look. Now, here's another thing. So much to this. Okay, Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. Which is 71 backwards. Remember I was talking about 71? Remember the 71st day of the year, which is 311? Is that all coincidence? Because remember, the 71st day of the year and lands on 311 only on leap year, and it's Stinky B.O.'s birthday is 311, is what I'm saying. And it's only on leap year that would land on 311, 71st day. So what does that have to do with? So who could be? Remember I said about the O crossing and his signature and everything. Who could it be? Could it be Stinky B.O.? Okay, so right here in iPad Go, there's a woman here. Okay, and she's got purple shirt and pink lipstick. Remember the picture of Obama in the pink chair and the ultraviolet or purple tassel? Okay, and then look up for yourself. I'm not gonna say what it is, but gematrinator.com. Put in green eyes. See what you get. See if you don't get something very interesting. Green eyes, okay? And then check this out. I am Q. Okay, and I think this is the female version of Stinky B.O. And also, do you see this right here? There's a serpent. Right here, it's a serpent, and he's the serpent. And then right here, backwards is 2, or forwards, 2, 2. This is backwards 3. This is 3, 2, 2. 3, 2, 2. Remember, he's 3, 2, 2 as well. I'm going to show you how it's 3, 2, 2 coming up here as well. He's Mr. 3, 2, 2 and 311 and many things. I'm going to get into that. But I think that's the feminine version because he's an effeminate. He's pink as well. He's pink and ultraviolet or purple. And then check this out. See this here? This outline. See, the I is in this periwinkle color. Do you see the outline? And look at here. The M and the Q are in ultraviolet purple. Right here. See? Ultraviolet, ultraviolet. And he is Q. I am Q. Q is ultraviolet. And that one's there just so it doesn't look obvious that this is, but Q is ultraviolet, so he's ultraviolet, or she's ultraviolet, or he, she. Okay, are you kidding me? Because, his wife is not really a wife, it's a man, it's a husband or whatever. Oh boy, good Lord. And he doesn't have affinity for women like the Bible says and all that stuff. Anyway, let's keep going. So let's talk about Stinky B.O. being the the 36 triangular number, or 666. The eye on the triangle is Stinky BO. Okay, why? Well, the 36 triangular number, it starts with 1 on the top, of course. 1 right here, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 levels, all the way down to level 36. So the very bottom has got 36 little dots, as far as example here. And then the one exactly in the middle, there's one that's exactly in the middle, and I highlighted right there. It's a little off the center there, just for a reason, just to show a little 3-dimension there, a little bit, or whatever. Okay, so the little dot right there is the exact center. But see where the center of this is? Boop, boop. Okay, it's right there. Now I'll take this. Now look, where it could be on the top is right up here. It could also be right here. Okay, there's one that could be right here. That could be the very tippy top, the capstone the Bible talks about, or that would look more like a capstone because it looked like a little stone because you have 3. So that could be, so he's 3. This is why he's 3, or 12, which is 1 plus 2 is 3. And then look down here. The bottom row is 36 across, or 3 plus 6 is 9. So they're trying to go from the bottom of the pyramid to the top of the pyramid. The elites and Stinky BO, from bottom of the pyramid to top. So you're going from 9 TO3, 9 to 3. He wants to be the capstone. That's the whole eye in the triangle thing right up here. But it also has to do with the whole pyramid. He's right in the middle. I'm going to show you why he's right in the middle too. Because if you take one out of the middle, or one off the top, however you want to look at it, just take one out of the middle, you're ending up with 665 without that extra 1. That makes it 666, right? So 665 is backwards 5. 6 plus 6 is 12. Well, what's 512? 512 is one of the tsunami days, I'm saying. The other one's 511. Well, how does 665 become 511 as well? It's very crazy. Okay, so you take the 512 and you just do 12.5. It's just backwards, but use the day and then the month, 12.5. Or either way, you can do 512, or you can do that way, 521. However you want to do it. You can just take the 512 and do it backwards. That's however you want to do it. But 521 is 52 times 1 is 52. And then 2 is compressed, or if you decompress 2, is 511. So 511 and 512 both equal 666. It's crazy. So they're missing 1. The reason why it's missing is because it's missing 1. And that missing 1 with the tsunamis ends up adding 1, which is 666. I hope that makes sense. But there's so much to this. It's really phenomenal. Okay, this is how they do this. Because, listen, if you wanted to hide 511, you just compress that number to that number, and 52 and hide it, and then reverse it and add 1, and then do that, and then it ends up being this and other things. Or to make it 25, and then you've completely hidden 511. And you can put it in all kinds of things, and it's some kind of spiritual power that you get from it somehow. I don't know how it works, but it's really crazy. It does work. They are doing it. That's why they're doing it. So let's look at this again. Remember I said 665. Remember it was 665 right here. So this is 665, and they're missing the 1. In fact, you can do Gematria for the 1, or even in the Matrix, Neo, and it all relates to Stinky BO and his birth. It's really crazy. Missing the 1. So let me show you a different way of looking at it. So let's zoom it up a little bit. Look at the 1 in the center. And that could represent the pupil of the eye. The dark part of the eye, the dark inner spot of the eye is the pupil. And the pupil just happens to be, because, English hasn't been manipulated. It hasn't been made by the devil or anything like that. So the pupil wouldn't be 74, which is May 14th. No, it wouldn't be that. It couldn't be that. How could it be that? Pupil. And pupil couldn't be, in Jewish reduction, couldn't be 2.5 like I just said, or 5.2 or 5.11, reduced. No, it couldn't be that. That's just a massive coincidence. And pupil couldn't be 4.44 in English Gematria, which is Lucifer, which is representing the eye in the triangle. Lucifer, looking at you, looking over you, looking over the masses. The eye in the, are you kidding me? The capstone. Pupil is 444. When I was led to that, I could not believe it. This shows you how much our language is manipulated just phenomenally. And then look what I did. So there's the dot right there, and then there's a 6 around it. There's the way this form, there's the ones that are exactly around the center. And then what's that? What would that mean? I don't have this as an example. This would be the pupil, and this would be the iris right here. But if I take the pupil and just do the next 6 around it as the iris is 5.5. which again, 511 is 5 times 11, which is 55. Again, this is all their code. It's hidden all over the place because all this ultimately means the language you speak, all these things that are in the media and everything, they're all about his birth. And it's been well hidden. And I'm showing this to you. I'm revealing it to you from the Lord. Jesus wants you to know, okay? And he wanted me to know too. Okay, so that is what that is. In different forms, in different ways, that's what pupil are. I mean, they're called that for that reason. They add up to that for that reason. It's crazy. That's just some of it. I mean, I could get into so much more. It's phenomenal. Okay, now let me start with this. So look at the center as being the pupil, and then again, the sixth round being the iris, maybe in a sense. But just keep going out from there, okay? Keep going out. I went out a few, and then I showed how you go from the center just up to the left. It's the first level is 6, so this is 6. And the next level around it is 12, so there's around it, and then 18, the next layer, and then 24, right? Okay, and then you go all the way out to 11 times out. And that's 11, and then so 11 times 6 is 66. So there's 66 dots in here, okay? Which is 6 times 6, or mini 666. It was 66 could be. So Syncobio is 6 because it's the iris, and then it's the pupil and the iris, and he's both of those. He's the eye inside. So he's 6, he's 66, and he's 666. But even more than that, we keep going. That's just one triangle. There's 6 triangles. Okay, so there's 6 triangles, and they're each made up of 66, which is 66 times 6, which is 666. But 66 times 6 is, I'm going to get into that in just a second, okay, what that is. But if you look at the divisors of this, of the 665, so 666 is one thing. You take away 1, you have 665. Look at the divisors here down here on the bottom left corner here. 1, 5, 7. Oh, there's so much in here. This is crazy. Now look at the divisors on, again, here, this is a cube. Do you see the cube here? Do you see the cube? Or the hexagon? But you have triangles, 6 triangles in a hexagon. Then you have the little cube. This is a tesseract as well. The little cube within a big cube. Do you see the dimensions here? It's really crazy. If you look kind of, your eyes can kind of make this for you. If you just kind of look, if you kind of concentrate a little bit, you can see the little cube within the big cube. There's a lot to this. This little cube could be a little bit bigger or whatever, and there's numbers to that versus the ratio to this big cube. There's so much going on here. I'm not even getting into all of it. But if you look at the divisors of this cube or this hexagon made up of 6 triangles, these are the divisors because there's 6 times 6 is 396 down there, way underneath that at the bottom. 396, okay? Which is all these different things. I mean, look at it. Look in here. We have 33. We have Stinky BO, 44th Perez. We have him being 36. The 36 triangular number. I mean, 66 and also 99 because 6 and 9 are the same upside down. And then, but look at this. Something sticks out here for me right away when I looked at this because they're both part of the same triangle. And then this, again, this is within this 666 triangle. Is this 666 hexagon or cube or both? 3 things. Hexagon, cube, triangle, all in the same 666 triangle. Crazy. But look at the divisors that are common between the triangle and the cube and the hexagon. Divisors are common. Look at these divisors. 133 and 132. The 132nd day of the year is 511. The 133rd day of the year is 512. Only on a leap year. And those are the tsunami days. Those are the birth of the Antichrist, I'm saying. Crazy how this works out. Okay, and then look. So we've got 396 plus 1, because we're missing the 1 in the center that adds that, completes the cube or the hexagon, is 397. And what's 397? Is the 78th prime. Why is 78th prime so important? Well, look at this. Remember here's Stinky BO, because he's what this is about. He is the submarine. I mean, all kind of the silver and the golden gate, the silver tip and the silver coin, silver tip of the shoe, silver coin, silver and golden gate. That's the opening of the golden and the silver gate. Lucifer's going to be kicked out of the silver gate from heaven, and then the man-child's going to be taken up to the golden gate. But they call him the golden child and all that kind of stuff. And here he is, and then he's Mr. 7, backwards 78. 78, 7, 8 backwards from his perspective. And it's upside down and backwards from our perspective. But so 78, It's part of that triangle and everything. There you go. Or the cube and the hexagon, but inside that triangle, but inside that 666 triangle. So I'm showing you many ways that he's 666, 666, and many other things. It's really crazy. Okay, and there's his foot right there, and he's Mr. 78. By the way, 7 plus 8 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. So that's where he's 6 as well. That's why he's 78 and 6 right there, just in that. Okay, now look at this. So from the top down, that center point, which is the eye in the center, is 23 levels on the 23rd level down. Well, I've showed many times how he's 23. Okay, he's 23. He wore that jersey when he was in high school. He's 23. He's also 14. From the bottom up to this level is the 14th level, is 14, or 7 plus 7. And that's how he's 7, 7, and that's how he's 14. Okay, it's crazy. Let's keep going. You getting blown away yet? I am. I'm totally blown away. Okay, so check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The 14th level on our money is this eye in the triangle. And there we go. 14th from the bottom to where the eye is on this 666 is right here. 14th level. That's him right there. The eye in the triangle. Are you kidding? Announcing the birth of the New World Order. New Order of the Ages, it says. Announcing the birth of the New Order of the Ages. And again, it's a birth. Okay, then we have from here, from the edges, it's 12 into the center, and it's 12 into the center. Sorry. Okay. And then we have, well, I don't know, the slides are a little bit off. But anyway, 23 times 14, 23 times 14 is 322. That's why he's 322. He's 23 and he's 14, and he's 23 times 14, which is 322. Skull and bones. So ultimately, they're worshiping him in these days. It's crazy. Then let's keep going here. Also, we have, again, 12. He's 12 in from this side in, and 12 in from this side on the 23rd level, or the 14th from the bottom. If you want 23rd down or the 14th up, 12 times 12 is 144. And I showed you how he's on 144 in the COVID thing. And 1 times 44 is 44. Or he's the antithesis to the 144,000. Or it has to do also with Trump with thin skin. So 1 plus 44 is 45. So he represents Trump. Trump is Donald is world ruler. John is his middle name, is the messenger. And then Trump is trumpeter. So world ruler, messenger, trumpeter for the Antichrist is who he is. And he's going to be the fall guy as well. Okay, also, if you add all these numbers up, 23, 12, 12, and 14, you do this all many ways. I'm just showing you a few things. 23 plus 12 plus 12 plus 14 right here, add these numbers up right here, equals 61. He was born on the 1961. In fact, 61 is 19 upside down and backwards, as I've shown. Or they're both 19, because 61 is upside down and backwards, which is 1, 1. It's so many things. It's so many things. Hopefully you see this. It's really bizarre and crazy. Okay, and then check it out. So Barak is 36, which is, again, 6 times 6, or it's a 36 triangular number, which is 666. He's also 18, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6. He's 126, which is 21 times 6 is 216. 21 times 6 is 126. There's so many things. Ugh, goodness gracious. He's 45 because he's the 44 plus 1. So many things. I forget what I did with this one. He's the 7. He was, this was the 3rd month, the 4th day, so 54. May 4th is going to be something important. And then 216th day of the year. This happens to be his birthday. Are you kidding me? This is all planned. Give me a break. Then Hussein. Again, 9 plus 5 is 14. He's the 14th level of the triangle. 14 is 7 plus 7. He's 23, which is 32 backwards. It's 23rd down, 23 levels down. He's 9 plus 4 is 13. It's, excuse me, wow. 13 is not only 13 days of the birth, but also 3-1 is May 1st. And it's the beginning of the whole thing. And then you got, again, 4-9, same thing, or 4-9, or 9-4, also times 4 times 9, 49 is 7 times 7, or is 4 plus 9 is 13. Again, 5-7, the first day of the Hawaii stuff. It just keeps going. 6 plus 4 is 10. Take away the zeros, 5-1. And then Obama is, again, here we go, 32, 23, 7 plus 7. 13 or 31. Again, 31 is also May 1st. He's 12, which is 2 plus 1 is 3. The capstone, 3. 8, 4, which is his birthday, August 4th, which is 8 plus 4 is 12, and 1 plus 2 is 3. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. You get the idea. Okay, now I'm going to get towards the end here. Illuminati founded. Okay, this is in Google, and look what they put on here. Google, look, you look up when it was Illuminati founded. It's right here. It's got an eye on the triangle. It's right there. It's crazy. May 1st, 1776. Founder Adam Weishaupt. And remember, 1776 was the year, and July 4th, or maybe even July 7th, technically the United States was founded. But 1776 is 888 plus 888, and that's not a coincidence. They love their numbers. But look, the eye in the triangle, Illuminati founded. His full name, Johann Adam Weishaupt, is, look, 311. Now, oh, wait, let me go back here. Okay, so it is, remember, third month, first day is May 1st. May 1st. 1 plus 2 is 3. May 1st. 8 plus 7 is 15. That's 5, 1 backwards. May 1st. Again, same thing. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 16. 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 is 5, 1. May 1st, 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 May 1st. This proves that May 1st is 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. Okay, then look at his name, just as we know it. This was his full name, but as we know it, Adam Weishaupt, that's even Google and everything, Adam Weishaupt. Again, look at this. So this 3-1 confirms that it's 5-1. Down here, 1 plus 4 is 5-1. All the way to the bottom. My cursor can't go to the bottom, but you see 1 plus 4 is 5-1, 5-1. Then we have 12, 5-7, 8-4 is his birth, 7-7, 7-7, or 4 plus 9 is 13, 1-1-3 or 3-1-1. I mean, are you kidding me? You know, even the town, Ingolstadt, everything they do. I mean, I could put so much in here, it's just blowing my mind, and it would be probably boring at some point. Even that is all that. Look at that, 5-11. 3-1, which is 5-1, 13, which is 3-1. I mean, it goes and goes. And this is not only 13. This is 4 plus 9 is 13. 1-1-3, showing 1-1-3. So 4 plus 9 is 13. That'd be 1-1-3 is 1-1-5. It's right there. Well, hopefully you're getting this. That 3-1-1 and all the 3 stuff for March are symbols for the third month the actual elites consider May. Okay. And then I want to show you this from the Illuminati, because this is a founding of the Illuminati. This is from the Illuminati deck of cards, card game. Right here, you see destruction is obviously an earthquake, because this is falling, this clock tower is falling and everything. It's disaster. Combine 2 disasters at the same place right here. Yeah, there's going to be 2 disasters, tsunami and earthquakes. And look at this. It says 11, and then it's right between the 2 and 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 11, 5, or backwards is 5-11. 5-11. Nothing's going to happen on 5-11. No, not at all. Well, maybe think that. Maybe my videos. Okay, so let's take this. Well, I thought I had another slide. Okay, here we go. Look from the founding of the Illuminati, May 1st, 1776, to May 1st, 2020. I'm saying the beginning of the birth process here is 89,119 days. So let's just convert this really simply to 8 plus 9 is 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. And then we can get, again, or just throw away the 9s. Because, again, 9s are just throwaway. Because when you add them, they end up adding back to the same number. So throw away the 9, throw away the 9. You have 811. Now, we're talking about 811s, all this stuff is attack codes and everything. And 811 is really 8 times 11, also, which is 88. You know, Marty McFly got in the DeLorean, went 88 miles an hour to go to the next different time, or the different age. And then down here is 244 years. So 2 times 44 is 88. But even more important than that, let's go here, a different reduction on top. Let's reduce it a little differently. Let's just do 8. 8 plus 9 is 17. And let's leave this the same way, because this is what they're showing as well, which is 17, 119 reduced is backwards, 9/11 on the 71st day. 9/11 on the 71st day is 3/11. 71st day, only on a leap year, is 3/11, and 3/11 is really 5/11, because the elites consider 3 to be 5, like I said 1,000 times. Crazy, crazy. Hopefully you'll see all this. Mind-blowing. Shh. Don't let anybody know I'm really the Antichrist. I'm a stinky BO, and I'm going to come after you and be a hunter-killer. the people that don't agree with me and don't agree with my world order and don't believe that COVID and CV and all that stuff are all legitimate and everything, and all this stuff's going on, and you can't upset my apple cart that I'm going to be controlling and ruling over. And by the way, this guy, this was in the press dinner that he went, the White House press dinner that he attended every year that all presidents attend, right? And then he was joking, of course, all the jokes, just like the joke from the Pope Francis about they haven't found the guy yet, and they're settling for him because it's real. They hadn't found it. I mean, he's not ready yet, but they show him. He's joking about it, and he's sitting in the Game of Thrones throne. He's sitting on the throne. He's got a crown and a bow, and that's not the Antichrist. Are you kidding me? Please, please, please. So now I have over 400, maybe 444. I don't know. Maybe 444 reasons why he's the Antichrist. And they're amazingly solid, like some I've just shown you in here. So hopefully you see that. And I'm just going to tell you as well that we're getting more and more clamped down. This is never going to get better, guaranteed. You won't see the presidential seal again. The reason why Trump stepped down symbolically and everything like that with the seal and other things, the reason like he's looking like he's more depressed and other things, he's speaking a ton in code right now and all kinds of stuff is because, and the reason why the Pope stepped down with his name and everything is because they're getting ready for this guy to take complete control and get rid of the United States and everything else. And this is all by plan, all by proxy, by the New World Order and the Luciferian global elites. So just keep that in mind. And I ask you in Jesus' name to come to the Lord Jesus. He's the one that's guiding me to this information. He can help you. He's your only chance out of that. If you think you're going to shoot your way out of this New World Order, you think you're going to stock up your way out of this New World Order or anything like that, you're sadly mistaken. They have weapons and plans that are far beyond what you can think. The only chance you'd ever have, even surviving a certain amount of time, would be the Spirit of God. And there will be some people that will, but not very long. Most people will be killed. Most Christians will be killed during this time. During this 7 years, I believe it's going to be 7 years. Some people think it'll be half that. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a lot longer than people think, because people have to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling, with the stuff that they haven't dealt with in their past. Because God, the whole point of being a child of God is that you're saved and you have this love, but you have to become righteous. You have to, it's not about being righteous, it's about becoming what God wanted you to be, about obeying and becoming righteous in faith and trusting in Him. And, so many people, they don't trust Him. Most people don't trust Him. Most Christians do not trust Jesus. And that's the whole point of Christianity. So God has to do what He has to do to wake people up. And it's a merciful thing. It's a wonderful thing. In a lot of ways, there's going to be a lot of horrible things. And I don't like that. I don't like the contrast of that. I wish people would just go to Him and love on Him and all that stuff. But that's not how it works. Unfortunately, it's the way it has to be. People have gone so far astray, most people. And people believing all this stuff is crazy. So I just want to end this with this and just say, oh, by the way, he just happens to have the ultraviolet tie. Right here, sitting here, that same ultraviolet tie I showed you in the beginning, and that's the ultraviolet tassel and iPad goat, because he is the AC. He will become the AC. He's about to be born, and May looks like the time. So, and again, this is my grand guess, but it's looking like it more and more every day, but we'll see. But just you've been warned, or like I say, you've been served. And I just wish the best for all of you, whether you believe in God or not, but I'm just telling you, you need Jesus. You need Him so bad. He's your only chance out of here. He's your only chance of protection. He's your only chance of any kind of hope of this craziness, psycho stuff that's coming. It's going to get bad. And it hasn't even gotten bad yet. It hasn't even gotten bad. It's just to show people, hey, this is coming. It's a big transition time, but the transition is almost over. It's going to go right into it. And it's going to be breathtaking, heart-wrenching, over the top. I've seen visions and have dreams of this stuff. It's made me cry for years. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And I wish people would see it and know it and realize it and get on their knees like a puddle of nothing in front of the Lord. Get humble. Get on your knees. You're going to get on your knees or fight it. And that's the worst thing you can do. Don't fight God. He's on your side. He's the only one on your side. He's the only one on your side that cares for you. The enemy wants you smashed under his boot, especially if you disagree. So I just pray that you would come to the Lord and know him sooner the better. So, or before it's too late. God's going to give people many chances. He's so merciful that way. But there at some point it'll be too late. So I just thank you. This is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.